Hi, I'm Megan, and this is Neil. After spending many years exploring Scotland by paddleboard with our awesome Jeep and our cute retro camper van Harmony, we're back home in Australia for more paddleboarding adventures. But for that, we're going to need a Harmony 2.0. So come with us as we begin our search. We're having another couple of days off down in the greater northern Brisbane area. Got the board on the roof. Hopefully we'll find somewhere for a quick wee paddle along the way, but we are looking at starting some research for a new adventure vehicle.
Be awesome.
Tell me, Neely, what are we looking at?
Fuso four-wheel drive chassis, Australian Adventure Vehicles Global Explorer. That's really nice. Lovely and high. Bouncy seat. Gotta have a bouncy seat. Nice pass through.
Bit smaller than your road train.
Wee bit smaller, but that'll be alright.
Australian adventure vehicles are more on the affordable end of the spectrum, and we were interested in getting a feel for both the truck and the way the space is used in the camper box. Standard camper truck bodies are typically around 4.5 metres long. With such a small living space, good design is crucial. What surprised us about the Australian adventure vehicle design was, even though the bed was an immovable feature of the layout, the cabin was both light and spacious. There's also plenty of storage space. Obviously this is quite a bit bigger than the Jeep, but it still doesn't feel huge to drive. The cabin itself feels not very wide. I think the salesperson said it was only about 50 millimeters or 5 centimeters wider than a Land Cruiser, so it's not cumbersome from the point of view of maneuvering either, on normal roads or off-roading as well. So that's really cool. That's surprising, but also it's really surprising just how much space is in the back. This is the first one we've actually looked at in person. We've done a lot of viewing online, and most of them sort of seem like they have a very small amount of available space, and yet this one, even though it's got the permanent bed down, which seems to be the thing that makes or breaks the design, it still seems to have quite a bit of space. So it's really surprising. Next we head off to SLR Campers to view a different interior layout to see if it feels more spacious without compromising on storage. The SLR camper has a lift bed with a larger seating area underneath. The water tanks are inside the cabin to prevent freezing in sub-zero conditions, which means less storage space under the seating and sleeping area. The kitchen is a lot bigger with more bench space, and the bathroom takes up the entire width of the camper box at the rear of the truck, allowing a lot more space. While we're away, we stay at the Dayborough cottages, which feel just like a treehouse. Even the Jeep gets a room with a view. And with a pizza yet, there's no guessing what's on the menu for dinner. The next day was looking nice and sunny, so we decided to check out Lake Samson Vale for a paddle. Turns out it's too windy, even for the kayakers. But the launch spot at Forgan Cove is well designed for enjoying the lake, with bathroom facilities, ample parking and a washdown area to help stop the spread of blue-green algae. Zone 2 is the area set aside for paddling, and there are other parkland areas nearby for barbecues, etc. We head up through the mountains towards Lake Wyvenhoe in the hope that it might be calmer so that we can get out for a paddle.
We've just taken a wee drive up into the mountains behind Brisbane, into the Diagula National Park. We are here at Jolly's Lookout, somewhere we have never been before, named after the Mayor of Brisbane in the 1920s, who was so taken with this view that he decided to extend the road up to it. So yeah, it's a wonderful view looking down over Moreton Bay, behind us Moreton Island. You can see the Port of Brisbane. Yeah, it's just really nice, well worth the trip up. And just to the north there, you can see the tips of a couple of the Glasshouse Mountains. There's Tibrogargan and Mount Beerburrum. And apparently I just read on one of the storyboards here that this is the world's largest national park that's on the doorstep of a city, so that's quite neat.
We're at Billy's Bay on Lake Wyvenhoe, and as you can see it's pretty windy, so we're hoping that it might be a little bit more protected from the winds because it's more southerly facing as opposed to northerly facing, but yeah, it's too windy to go in today, so yeah, we'll definitely come back and check out Lake Wyvenhoe in the future. There's about 5 different launch places for paddleboards around the lake, so we'll definitely be back to check them out when it's not so windy. The western side of Lake Wyvenhoe has some really nice places to paddle from. Our favourite so far is here at the Logan Complex. As it's getting late in the day though, we add it to our list and go in search of accommodation. If only we had a camper truck. Last place on our trip is a company who makes panels that we can build the habitation box for the camper truck out of. So at the moment we're still working out whether we want to buy or build, and after today hopefully we'll find a little bit more information on what's involved in a build process. We're heading back down the Gold Coast for a quick little visit into Unidan. So Unidan, it seems to be the go-to man to go and talk to about Unimogs, which is one of the options for our adventure vehicle. I like the idea of getting a Unimog. Neilly's a bit more of an expert as far as it comes to trucks and those sorts of things, so he's got a couple of technical questions and things to ask to convince him that that's the best way to go. So yeah, this is going to be really interesting to actually see some of these really cool trucks in the flesh.
A friend of mine, he drove these in the New Zealand Army, and when I told him about our dream of a Unimog, he was like, oh bro, bring your own earplugs. But
it's pretty exciting to start planning our camper truck or adventure vehicle, and we learned a lot from our trip, even if we didn't get out to paddle. At this stage we're leaning towards buying a truck and building the camper body, which will be a big project, so stay tuned for updates. For more information, check out our website, the link is in the description. Thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed it and found it helpful, please support us by liking, subscribing, clicking notification and sharing with your mates. While you're here, check out some of our other videos. See you next time.